Welcome back to Beyond Belief. I'm your host, Riley Fowler, and today I am following up on the update video I made a month or two ago as promised. If you're new to the channel, I made an update video where I went ahead and asked for feedback from people who watch my videos and asked them what type of videos they would want to see and what type of content they would want to see. Overall, both in the poll I put out in the comment sections under that video and largely in the private messages I was receiving from people and what people told me in person, taking all those together, it became abundantly clear that what people appreciated the most was the podcast Under the Surface that I have and I'm making with my good friend Daniel. And beyond that, people appreciated the intellectual type of content that I put out. Because of this, there's going to be a shift in this channel's content. First off, I would very much like to put out more episodes of the podcast. We want that to be more of a mainstay of this channel. The issue is the podcast takes a lot of research. The benefit of the podcast, though, is it doesn't take much editing to do or much setup to do. I don't write a script for the podcast. It's completely off the dome. All we do is take notes from the research we have done and then sit down and make a podcast about that. The issue with that is that it takes a lot of research beforehand, at least for things like church history, where we want to make sure what we explain is correct. For other things, for example, basics of Christianity, it isn't as hard because we've been studying these our entire life. For example, Daniel and I could probably sit down and make an episode on the Trinity right now and have it be pretty darn good. Of course, we wouldn't do that. We would always do more research beforehand, but suffice it to say, until we get through church history and we get into the things we already know much, much better, it is going to take a bit more time to push these podcast episodes out. We still do want to shoot for one per month as we have been doing, but hopefully after we get through church history and we get more comfortable, it will be something closer to two a month. Or maybe I'm being a little overzealous this, but maybe like one every 3 weeks or something like that, rather than one every 4 weeks as we've been doing currently. Beyond that, I am going to take a step away from making videos every single week, and there's a very good reason for that. Overall, people appreciated and wanted out of my content the intellectual side more. They wanted deeper topics. They want theology, they want philosophy, and they want all of the videos that I've done that have been very well thought through. However, in doing these videos, I actually wasn't very happy with them. For example, I did a video not too long ago on the philosophy of truth. I liked the video at first, but after editing and rewatching it, I think it's still fine. I think it's still good, and nothing I said there's false. But I really wish it was more scripted and laid out. The problem with scripting is it takes time to write, and it takes time in the research you have to do in the writing itself. Again, it's much easier for me to do as I did in that philosophy of truth episode, where simply I did some research and then went back to the philosophy books I've read. I did even deeper research than that, and I simply laid out notes. And then over the video, I was just going over notes. It was off the dome based on these notes. Again, that's fine, but it's not as thorough as I would like. And honestly, I've said this multiple times, I think I'm a better writer than I am a video producer or maker. And so because of that, I really enjoy writing a lot. Maybe it's not that I'm better at writing, maybe it's just that I enjoy it more, but regardless, the fact is that is the case. And so because of that, what I believe I'm going to do now is as follows. Again, we're going to try and get podcast episodes out more frequently. However, for now, it's still going to have to be the one per month as we kind of organize our lives and get better at doing the podcast, because this is new to both of us. The other thing I want to do is scripted videos about deeper topics. Why does this matter for the channel? Why am I giving an update for this? Well, recently I've been testing the waters by only releasing a video every couple weeks. And I believe that's going to have to be the case for most of these videos. It takes time to write. Again, it takes time to adapt the writing that I'm going to post onto my Substack into a script I can use for a video. And it takes time in the research I'm doing. I'm currently doing research for a very big series of videos and now writings that I'm going to do for this channel. And in doing this research, I'm reading, these aren't even all the right things I'm reading, but I'm reading these books alone. That is 6 books. And luckily, I have read some of them. I don't know if it's focusing or not. Maybe it's focusing. I have read some of them, but I haven't read all of them. And some of these, for example, like Paul and the Gift by John Barclay, are over 600 pages long. Suffice it to say, these things take time. However, I don't want to leave this channel devoid of content. And this doesn't mean that other content, like reaction content, is going out as a whole. I just don't want to force myself to do reaction content. There's other Christian YouTubers, and even Churches of Christ YouTubers, even though I don't want to make myself a Churches of Christ apologist, because I really want to educate Christians in general and have people do their own research in these things and to challenge their own beliefs. I will be, of course, defending doctrines that do pertain to the Churches of Christ, like baptismal regeneration. But as far as reaction content built around that stuff, there's other people who I actually know and am friends with who are doing much better job of this, and I will put their channels down below. And essentially, I guess the main point of this is that I want my channel to be different. There's other people who are doing way better jobs at those things than I could ever do, so I want to try and do a good job at what I know I can do a good job at, and that's at scripting videos and writing them. So what does this mean in the immediate foreseeable future for this channel? Well, put simply, there's probably some videos I'm going to be redoing. For example, one that's coming to mind is my Solo Fide video, or my solo, sorry, not my Solo Fide video. That's going to be an upcoming video based on these books. Rather, it's going to be my Solo Scriptura video, not to be confused with Sola Scriptura. Solo and Sola are two very different doctrines, and I made a video going over why Solo Scriptura is unfeasible and doesn't work. And just as I made that video, and I didn't use a script, I used notes. I think I'm going to go over that video. I'm going to go over the research I did for it, and I'm going to rewrite it to post on my Substack, and again, adapt that into a script I can do on this channel. I bought a teleprompter and a very strong tripod for that teleprompter, and I'm going to be using that now to do videos. So again, the content in this channel is going to change for the better. I'm really going to try to prioritize quality over quantity. The podcast, which so many people seem to really enjoy, I'm going to continue doing that. And above all, I just want to make the channel's content better. I hopefully will be doing collaborative content soon. I'm still trying to get used to that type of thing, and I'm hopefully going to be doing maybe some interviews. Maybe I'll be doing some reaction content molded around things that are prominent to the videos I'm making. Maybe I'll be doing rebuttal videos, stuff like that. Those things aren't going away completely. I just really want to prioritize the quality of the intellectual content that I am bringing. Beyond that, the only other thing I have to add is that live streams are a possibility on this channel. I have never actually done a live stream on this channel, and it may be something I do in the future, but I do have a great setup for it, and I may do it. I may do some gaming chats where we come and just, hey, hang out and chat with me and we'll play games, or let's react to this video on a live stream. Maybe that's the point where I will do reaction videos just on those live streams. Regardless, taking all of this as a whole, again, the main takeaway is that I'm really going to try and focus on quality over quantity. If I script 3 videos in a week, I may release 1 video a week getting through those. But don't expect one video every single week anymore, because realistically, that's just not the case. Of course, whenever there's a podcast episode, that will probably be a time where there's 3 videos in a row. I'll have a quality long form video, and then the podcast, and then another quality long form video. And so I'm not saying that weekly uploads as a whole are gone. Again, it's just most of the time there will only be 1 video every couple weeks. All right, I've rambled on long enough. I hope that this has made sense, and I hope that this is a change that you guys as fans of the channel are looking forward to, and I hope that I can just bring the best content possible, because that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm really trying to improve it and to bring, again, quality over quantity. With that, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave any feedback you have for this change down in the comments below so I can read it and react to it. And obviously it helps me, because this feedback is what's bringing me to this place. So if there's any other changes that you think should be made or could be made to improve this channel's content, please leave them in the description, comment section below. I really appreciate it. With that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you're looking forward to the new content to this channel, and share if you think this video is worthy of being shared. And with that, thank you again so much for watching, and I hope that you have a very blessed day.